And now, from the CFTK-TV studios, this is Open Connection with your host, Robert Pictou.
Welcome to Open Connection. I'm your host, Robert Pictou. Our show today comes to you from the traditional and unceded territory of the Tsimshian people. The word philanthropy comes originally from Greek and it means love of mankind. Robert L. Payton defined it as voluntary giving, voluntary service, and voluntary association, primarily for the benefit of others. It's also the prudent sister of charity, since the two have been intertwined throughout most of the past 3,500 years of Western civilization. We begin today's Open Connection with Director of Dr. R.E.M. Lee Hospital Foundation, Ron Bartlett.
Samoygat, Sigamanat, Lagigigat, Sigigigat, Gobawalsum, Ligat, Nimayant, Duwayu. My name is Ron Bartlett. My Tsimshian name, Kitsimkalim name is Ligat Nimayant, follower of Jesus. And my home is Kitsimkalim. That's where we are. It's more than our home. Kitsimkalim Terrace is Kitsimkalim territory, the whole of it, from the old Skeena Bridge right through to the Kalim River. I've just introduced myself in our language and also welcomed you to our territory. And I want to welcome each and every person to our territory to Heritage Park. Coming up on November the 29th and the 30th, we're going to be here from 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock on the Friday evening and from 11 to 6 on Saturday. And this is our annual Dr. R.E.M. Lee Hospital Foundation Festival of Trees. And it's a way to bring the Christmas spirit back into the whole holiday season, the birth of Christmas and Jesus. But, you know, from there, we've got so many awesome events happening through the day. And, you know, our hospital foundation folk will all be out here volunteering. But we're going to have so many things, from Santa in an amazing suit that's been a vintage Nordic Santa suit. And he'll be telling stories and engaging the youth. And so bring your kids. It's a family event. And from there, we're going to have all sorts of different mini trees raffled that have been decorated by the folk at Terrace View Lodge and also some of the business community. And these trees will be raffled off with all sorts of gifts and decorations on them. And this is a fundraiser for the Hospital Foundation. We've got a big white tree that's been put together by Cook's Jewelers, and they are just an amazing jeweler, so you can imagine what it'll be. That'll be a raffle, so everybody can take part in that. There's hot apple cider and cookies, and from there we've got the Elves Sweatshop, and Santa will even be telling stories, bedtime stories, so make sure you bring the whole family out. Our fundraising opportunity this year that we're working with the new hospital, and the new hospital, the name has been gifted by our community, Kitsimkalim, as it is on our territory. The new hospital's name is Kasian Regional Hospital. Kasian means Skeena River. And so we're welcoming that opportunity. And our fundraiser now is for a $70,000 omni-bed care station. And it's basically an incubator for the new neonatal ICU. And that's a cool thing. That came through our foundation when we had Northern Health come to a meeting and say that we know we need it in the area, but we can't afford it. Can you help us out? So we did. $14 million project that the Hospital Foundation started, and we're finishing. It's now ready almost to open up. So this care station, the Omnibed, will be part of the equipment used in that neonatal ICU. So come and join us. Lots of fun. Christmas spirit is here. Bring your family and join us and help us to assist the new hospital in the neonatal ICU and fundraising for that Omnibed. The Dr. R.E.M. Lee Hospital Foundation has been founded over 30 years ago from, you know, pioneers of the area. Like our chief counselor, Clifford Bolton, was one of the original members from Kitsimkalim. Bill McRae, also an original member, and there were a number of other folk in the area that just wanted to see really excellent healthcare brought locally, so you didn't have to travel to Prince George and Vancouver for healthcare. That's a real burden, especially for our people. Most of our, you know, good outcomes come when family gathers around someone in a hospital setting and supports them through the whole process. We can't do that if they're in Vancouver. From there, we've been instrumental. The Dr. R.E.M. Lee Hospital Foundation, founded originally with the name we chose was from a well-known surgeon who was practicing in Terrace, Dr. R.E.M. Lee. He was a real person, and he did a lot of good work here, so that's the name that we have. And we've raised millions of dollars over the years, over the last 30 years. I've been chair for 12 years and recently retired, and so I thought we'd pass the duties along to younger, more energetic people and keep the ball rolling. And, proud to do that. I'm still serving on the board and, just really hoping I can contribute to whatever comes up in needs for healthcare. But we're very proud to have been able to work with Northern Health as well. And we've been focusing on the last 12 years of my chair to try and fundraise for equipment that would recruit and retain specialists. And right now, the new hospital, the Kasan Regional Hospital, will have the highest concentration of specialists in BC of a community our size. So, we're proud to have been able to do that. We've raised funds for urology, a $450,000 project where we brought a top urologist in. We had a plea come from the ophthalmologist. That was, at the time, it was one person, Dr. Nagy. He asked if we'd assist them in fundraising for operating equipment so that they could do cataracts and many other lens replacements. Now they do over 1,200 a year cataract surgeries in Terrace, people traveling from all over the north, from Burns Lake, Haida Gwaii here, and we've 3 excellent ophthalmologists. So we're building capacity, and when we do that, we're also building opportunities for our young people to stay here. And just, these aren't jobs, these are professions, and they can work their way through living at home. So, we have opportunities locally now where there's so many needs for medical folk that, there's so many opportunities here that we can just stay. But it's providing capacity. Each one of those jobs provides impact to the region as well. So, we're really happy to have that service locally, and closer to home is our theme for the neonatal ICU. And that's basically sums it up. We can provide everything here. You don't have to travel to Prince George or Vancouver.
Open Connection will be right back after these messages. And now, from the CFTK-TV studios, this is Open Connection with your host, Robert Pictou.
So nice to come back to Terrace this year again. Every year they put on this great fundraiser, and it's a good way to kick off the Christmas season. I hope everyone has had a lot of fun, and we've raised a lot of money for the best cause of all, great health care in our town of Terrace, BC. So thanks again. Don't run away. If you haven't had your picture taken with Santa Claus yet, I'm staying right till the end. So Merry Christmas, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Santa. So all you little ones, if you haven't told Santa what you want yet, you can come up here and get your picture taken, and he can hear what you want for Christmas. But don't forget, he knows if you've been good or bad as well.
Thank you for staying with us. Board members are expected to use their position and expertise to advance the best interests of the company, while remaining objective and free from conflicts of interest. Let's return the conversation as Ron shares how the board members of Dr. R.E.M. League Hospital Foundations prioritize projects.
We opted to do everything we could, and we brought Heather Bellamy on board. And Heather has kept us so organized, and working with Northern Health, the liaison between. But we all the time have about 3 or 4 projects, usually 5. And we go to like Heather, she works with Northern Health and comes up with a wish list. And then we go through that wish list and we'll find what we think is going to be the biggest benefit for the region, and we'll go for it. So at every moment in time, we've usually got a number of projects going, and we love to support Terrace View, just across the way from here. There are so many needs there that we've been so happy to help out with. We actually, they have a vision for a dementia care, really fully functioning ward, and came to us with that. And they said part of it, is we want to, every resident has a room, and we want to make sure that room is identified to themselves. So they came up with the idea, and with Heather as well, of having a mural painted on every door. And so we contracted out, had a company that actually sent them intact, and it was a fundraising opportunity. So now every door has a mural, and they're of classic libraries of whatever it might be that the patient, but they can identify that scene as theirs. And, from there's been different tubs that, for people that are mobility challenged, that they've come to us and said, we really need this. It serves the whole community. There's people, outpatients that use it. And sometimes it's the only time that they can have a proper bath. So I think we bought 2 or 3 of them now. And the one that they have is getting old, so we're fundraising for another one. So, the folks at Terrace View, they really need our help. The government hasn't been funding seniors' care to the extent that they should. And so, everything helps. We really appreciate all the donors that are out there. And I think that over the years, we've developed a trust with our community. And, I'm proud to say that it's probably the highest valued foundation in the area. And we provided opportunities for corporates as well to give back to the community and structured ways that we could give back to them through recognition. So, it's a real win-win. But this is a time when we give back. Like all of our foundation board members will be here over that weekend, serving the community, helping just to spread the Christmas joy and help your families really just see the wonder of Christmas. So we invite you out, a chance to come in and contribute to the new fundraising opportunity for the neonatal ICU, and just say hi and thanks to the board members that are here that are working for you. They're all volunteers. You just have to see the smiles on the face of the little ones that are here, and their moms and dads that are just having fun with them as well. So, we provide fun ways to give back to the community, and then from there, they can contribute to the important work that we're doing. And as you mentioned, the budgets are not where they should be for healthcare, and we just want to make sure that we can help out in any way we can.
Open Connection will be right back after these messages. And now, from the CFTK-TV studios, this is Open Connection with your host, Robert Pictou.
Welcome back to Open Connection. Specialty care can also refer to a type of healthcare that focuses on a specific area of medicine or type of condition. Specialty healthcare providers, also known as specialists, can include doctors, nurses, and physical therapists. Let us return to conversation as Ron gives us some insight on the new Terrace Hospital.
The one that we're working on here was a need for the whole region. And you may have a level of care in different hospitals, but this one is a specialty unit, just like the trauma center that we have now. The new trauma center is a specialty unit that serves the whole of the Northwest. And there'll be services done for little ones that normally they had to be shipped to Prince George or Vancouver or they can stay here, come back sooner and stay longer. So the level of care is going to be to an extent that it'll be the only way to get anything higher will be to go to the next level in Prince George or Vancouver. And they still will have higher levels of service, but we will certainly meet the great majority of the needs of the area. And just to this point, if it's any more than a natural birth, the mom and child get sent off to Prince George or Vancouver. And that's traumatic. You can imagine. It's happened in our family a couple of times. And, in both cases, it's young mom, and in a lot of cases, young single mom going off to Vancouver with a newborn, and the trauma of that happening and being separated to be flown down there, the newborn put into a little incubator and from there prepped to travel. That newborn should be just suckling to mom and cuddling and bonding. But, because we don't have those services here, they're not. They're shipped off, and you need to do it, but there's some danger in that alone. Also, when they get down there, we had one case with one of our family members with a grandchild that had that extra service, that it was 6 weeks before they could come home. So we ended up having to rent a basement suite there to go down and help her. And, from there, the rest of our family who wanted to help couldn't. They were in Terrace, we were in Vancouver. And so that happens all the time, and especially for our people, First Nations people. It's an event that the whole family's involved with, but if there's separation, that doesn't happen. So that was a real impetus for us to jump on board and say, yes, we will help bring neonatal ICU to the new hospital, at Kasan Regional Hospital. There has been just an excellent board. And these are volunteers, like nobody's getting paid here. So we come forward and we know we just love the community. We want to see it improve. We want to see healthcare improve. So that's our motivation. But we've had over the years so many board members. I wouldn't want to even start mentioning because we've got a large board, and I know I'd miss some, but every one of them has contributed, everyone. And sometimes, for whatever reason, work or family, they can't make every meeting, but they contribute and they come out and help. Sometimes we have members that come out and help, just for events and things like that. But others, more well-connected. We've gone to like mining industry conferences and presented for 3 days to the proponents, to the companies, to giving them opportunities. We've had some of them say that, the neonatal ICU, I was in Vancouver and working with the Niska community of Kincolith for economic development and talking to Newcrest Mine at the time. And at the end of our conversation, they're an Australian company, and they had Bruce Jack Mine, and they were just asking, just who else what are you up to, Ron? And so I shared with them about the hospital foundation, my other passion, and we got talking about needs in the region and the neonatal ICU opportunity. They gave $2 million out of that. It's just the seeds that planted, and it wasn't just me. Others came and they took that seed and put a presentation together and meetings and whatever else. And, so it's when we're out there, we're ambassadors, all of us are. And every single board member is an ambassador. So, we can present the hospital foundation, the needs in the region. And that company came back. They flew 3 of their directors up from Australia. We took them on a tour of the hospital site. And in the end, we took them out for dinner at Sombatis, and one of their senior people said, this isn't just the opportunity of the year, it's the opportunity of the decade for them. Because how many times are we going to have something like this happen that they can attach their name to, they can get naming rights for, the branding opportunity for those large corporations, and I'm speaking to all you large corporations, is here now. We can provide them for you. So if you're looking for something meaningful to put your investment in the community to the best work, come and see us, Dr. Ryan Lee Hospital Foundation, and we can connect you to really maximize your opportunity. We have a team that works on that, and I wouldn't want to short circuit that. But there's so many opportunities that we can provide, and the local community is just on board with it as well. We have so many. Again, I do myself and them bad if I tried to mention, because there's so many of them. But again, we can provide many opportunities that their recognition for their donation will go on for generations here. So that we can do.
Open Connection will be right back after these messages. And now, from the CFTK-TV studios, this is Open Connection with your host, Robert Pictou.
As baby boomers age, they need more medical care and are most likely to have multiple diagnoses. By 2034, patients over 65 are expected to account for 42% of the demand on physicians. In this final segment of Open Connection, Ron shares how Dr. R.M. Lee Hospital Foundation is planning for the future.
Just continuously working for the local community, and the needs they're always there. Terraceview, just right across the street from here, has got some aging equipment, aging infrastructure, and they have definite needs. So we're fully just supporting them in every way we can. The new hospital, it is also going to have the same needs going forward. The equipment that they're moving over, it ages sometimes and needs replacing. Other opportunities will come up, and we take them one at a time. And if it's an opportunity that we can see to improve healthcare, make it so people don't have to travel, bring another specialist here, provide equipment for them. Those are things that we do. I don't think a lot of people realize, but there's a baby boom right now that's just coming into that need level, and they're just coming into it. And from there, our province in their wisdom has decided not to build any more facilities. They're using the facility that's there before the baby boom, expecting it to service the baby boomers. Well, that's not going to happen. We all know that. But they're pretty much entrenched, it seems, and they've been approached about more facilities. There's a need for home and community care, which is important, and they're doing some of that. But from there, as a person ages, there's different needs: assisted living and full-time care. So those two, assisted living, full-time care, are not on their radar. So everything else in between is a need. And our own people, our First Nations people, we're half the population in the Northwest. There's 28 villages, well over 60,000 of our people living in them. You look in the cities, Prince Rupert has 50% Indigenous population. Terrace is close to 40. And our people they've got a baby boom coming 10 years after the Canadian baby boom. So so this isn't going to be a blip in the system. This is going to be long-term needs. So we'd love to put more focus on Terrace View and their needs and make sure that we can do everything we can for them. I'd just like to introduce Heather Bellamy. Heather has been with us now for quite a long time, and just is kind of the backbone of the Hospital Foundation. She keeps everybody working on a straight line, organizes everything for us, and is a liaison between Northern Health and our Hospital Foundation. So with that, we do have an appeal out for volunteers. And if you feel that you want to have meaningful contribution to your community, I've never felt an organization that would give back as much as the Hospital Foundation and the Dr. Arling Hospital Foundation. So Heather, if you could share some ways to contact and to be able to volunteer.
For sure. The heart of what we do is helping volunteers connect with a meaningful way to give back to the community. So basically, you can contact us at the Remley Hospital Foundation at gmail.com. Call my number 250-641-5526. And we have lots of ways to plug you in, even in the upcoming Festival of Trees. We're always looking for people to help in the L's Sweet Shop, at the front entrance, taking tickets, selling raffle tickets, lots and lots of ways to connect with your community. It's a lot of fun. We're finding more and more families are bringing some of their kids, and the kids are even helping in very simple but very meaningful ways. So building character for kids, this is a great way to do it as well. Call us. We would love to talk to you.
That comes down from the side roads. Yeah, and that was all free. Yeah, and they could go on this sleigh ride. That's what we need. Yes, we can have but the thing is, we tried that before in Terrace. They tried the sleigh rides at George and good now.
Towards Terrace View and the special projects that we have there. But I'd just like to acknowledge all the volunteers who come out. And as you're going, volunteers here, hold your hands up. Volunteers, hold up your hands. Okay, now when you're going by, thank them for coming out. These are folks, your neighbors, your friends, your family that come out and help fundraise for the goodness of the community and bringing healthcare closer to home.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Open Connection. The greatest distance in the existence of man is not from here to there, but the connection from his mind and heart. If we can conquer that distance, we can soar like an eagle and realize our immensity within. I'm Robert Pictou.